This is an emergency. This is some band merch that I never wear. And this is Jess Paul. Hey guys, welcome. Can you hear me all right? Note in the comments if you are listening in, if I am coming in clear, and if you are ready for a good old story time. I guess when I put myself out into the world, we get some great stories. Let me know if you can hear me, because I never know. You can hear me loud and clear, because I see that the music's going well, but my voice, oh, I'm seeing it's going well. All right. Hey guys. Thank you, Skylarky. Hey there. What a cool name. Are you new? Because I don't recognize that name, but you could be one of the many followers that has a new alias, which is always welcomed here. Be yourself or be somebody else. Hey, Val. It's a little low. Cool. Testing. Maybe I'll just I feel like you're gonna hear the music less and me more. Is that correct? Probably. Come on, snuggle in. Enjoy the weird ambience. Yes, like I said today, we're gonna be telling a good old-fashioned story time. And we are going to be actually turning some clothes that I've been holding on to forever that I've never worn. A little bit of background about some of these things. So, ever since I was in college, I stopped wearing, or after college, I guess, like, I had a brand new body because we had gotten a free gym that everybody could use on campus. And I no longer really wanted to bury myself in band tees. Not that if you love band tees, like, I love that you love band tees. But it just didn't fit me anymore. I didn't fit the style to the degree where I took a lot of my band tees and I turned them into tanks. Is that any better? I don't know. I just never liked such a high neckline being so covered up, which sounds antithetical because I don't usually show a lot of skin whatsoever, but I just like the way that my clothes look in a certain way on my body. So we're gonna cut up some of this is one of my top, I'd say my top 12 favorite bands. During quarantine, I bought a huge merch packet from the Hold Steady to keep them afloat, and never wore this. For one, I do not care for bright orange. I love a good rust, but I do not wear anything bright ass orange. I don't know if you guys know this. Some of you might. I don't know if anyone knows this in my community, but if you saw my home tour when I first moved here, you saw my disgusting bathtub. And when I say disgusting, I mean they tried to paint the bottom and fix the bottom of this tub just many times. And so it's just patchy everywhere. There's like pieces missing. You can tell that there's like different colors of different attempts at fixing this bathtub. It was always like that. And then I decided to put a beautiful orange dress in my tub, fill it with purple dye, and try to dye this dress any other color but what it was. And I didn't dye the dress whatsoever. It didn't take at all. And I managed to dye my tub purple in the process, and that's about it. So we're going to turn this into something else. We've got our trusty little camera here behind me. Oh, you get a shot of Tucker, clear and bright. I also did want to show you guys the jacket because, whenever people see me post the jacket, they get some. I honestly, everywhere I wear this jacket, I get so many compliments. It's one of my favorite things in the world, and it's so meaningful to me. Like if anything ever happened to this jacket, and God knows it might, because it's a literal $20 jacket from Forever 21 that I bedazzled the shit out of. I'm gonna be demonetized already, so early in the stream. But this has taken a couple years. All the accoutrements that you see here, everything has a different meaning. There's all kinds of different pins and illustrations and secret messages and stuff like that. But the newest part is this panel. For the longest time, the inside panel was just black. And it looks something like a snakeskin. I wasn't going for that. I was really just going for this design that I saw while lifting around Los Angeles. Maybe I was even lifting around Los Angeles and looking on Instagram at the same time, and that's where I actually saw it. But whatever this is, I absolutely love it. I painted it like that and blended it to filth. And then these studs on the collar are new. These guys. I still have tons of studs. Like, I put them everywhere. We're gonna use them tonight. Oh God, I don't know where they are. I'll find them soon. If we get to it. I don't know how many actual pieces we're going to get to, because I've got lots of options, including some Wrecked Radio merch. I don't know why I bought this shirt in particular. I think I bought it in order to show everybody else, but like, it's another band boy tee, so I don't know why I thought that was a good idea, because again, I just explained I don't wear that style of shirt, so I'm not sure. But this is what we got. We might cut that out and put it somewhere. I'm not sure. We might not get to that tonight. I want to do the Hold Steady one first because it's just been sitting in my closet with nothing happening to it. But I know that you guys are all here for a story time as well. So, yeah. Okay, where do we start? I wrote an entire notes to make sure that I got to all the parts of this story. Let me say hi to everybody first, actually. Who we got? Can never get in Hold Steady, says Skylarky. They are definitely a very specific taste. Very, I mean, I can't think of many comparable bands as far as sound and aesthetic or whatever, but I found them from the Lost Boys sequel soundtrack. They play the credits. And I think they're really funny, and they're very lighthearted, and they have, like, you could never find a more Midwest band. We'll say that. I gotta make sure I have all my liquid snacks. I've got my coffee over here. I've got a coffee warmer for my floor specifically because I sit down here and I do lots of stuff. But that's neither here nor there. We got Luke, we've got Alejandro, we've got Rhett. Hey guys, sup. Thank you for coming to the stream. All right, let's get on to some. We're probably gonna take this jacket off eventually, as soon as everyone has seen it. We've seen the back, we've seen the front. This guy, I love showing this guy off. I always forget his name and have to look it up. It's Tucker. That's Tucker, okay? But yeah, let's start. Let's make a start, shall we? All right. So we're gonna start off by going over a little bit of background. If you don't know who Jess Paul is, where I came from, as far as since the internet learned who I was. The only reason I'm talking to you today is because I had an internet show called Wrecked Radio. One of the best things that's ever happened to me in my entire life. That I've done in my entire life. I always say it. I'm like, happened to me, I did it. It was a lot of work. I guess I'll give YouTube more credit, and then I'll also the audience that then followed. But I have always loved rock music ever since I was a teenager. I would find CDs at garage sales. When I got my computer for the first time in my life, like a laptop all to myself, that is when, okay, let's make sure. Okay, I'm going to cut it. How much do I want? So this is what we're going to do with this one. We're going to put it onto, we got blue and orange, which are complementary colors. And just like this one, this was a t-shirt from Hot Topic, and I wanted to make it blend, and it really does pretty well. Like nobody looks at this and thinks, well, I mean, I'm sure if they looked at it close enough. But that's not going to be the case with this. I have to really cut out the entire, I think, logo with no extra, because you're going to see the orange like a beacon from behind. But they're complementary colors. I think it'll be okay. Anyways. So, rock music, it has been one of the biggest parts of my life since forever. I've got all my favorite bands. You guys have seen the videos and everything. And not only that, but all through growing up, especially even starting when I was younger, I always wanted to be in music. Music is so important to me. Music is how I feel my feelings. It's how I relate to people in the world. I feel like I can learn who somebody is by what they listen to, and I'm no different. And I've always wanted to be part of that, and that's why Rec Radio exists. But like the biggest tragedy of my life is I'm not musically inclined whatsoever. I've tried. I mean, I literally took like 1 or 2 lessons when I was a child at piano and singing, and just dropped it completely because, well, I won't get into why, but you know, I continue to just be a fan, you know, all my life. I continue to just enjoy it and not really do much of anything with it, even though to this day I got a goal that eventually I'm going to be some kind of rock star, whatever that means. I just like music too much. So that's our background. So another thing that I've always been interested in, I haven't known about it for very long, but I've known about it since I was in Pittsburgh, was something called live band karaoke. Now, it's exactly what it sounds like, and I don't know if you guys have ever been to one, if you've ever heard of it, but it's exactly what it describes. You can go to a venue that's holding this, and a band will be gracious enough to be playing an entire list of, know how to play an entire list of songs, and have just a revolving list of amateur singers come up to the stage and be a rock star for 3.5 minutes, you know? That's the whole point. At least that's the point to me. That's how I've always felt about that idea. I had never been to one in my life, and when I was, you know, scrolling my email, I saw that one of my favorite venues in town was holding a live band emo night. Now, guys, how can you get better than a live band emo night? Perhaps like that's what emo night is, like the actual, there's a brand that's called emo night. This wasn't necessarily such, as far as they didn't brand themselves emo night, but all the same, I was very excited about it, and I was going for sure. Well, I was hoping that I was definitely going. But anyways, so the time comes around here. I've got, like I said, I've got my notes on the side so that I don't forget a thing, because I feel like the story just needs all the details. Okay, so now when it comes to karaoke, I feel like I've done it, and I've done it confidently. Whether I was good or not, I didn't care to ask. I always felt it was pretty all right whenever in fact, Val in the audience, one of the few people I've ever done karaoke with, you know, and it's been, I mean, I've done emo songs karaoke. I mean, Val and I did Fall Out Boy the last time. Honestly, gosh, was that the last time I even did karaoke? I've been meaning to find karaoke for a long time, and I think that, Val, I think that was the last time I karaoke. That was like literally like years ago. I need my pins. Wow, this actually looks pretty cool. I actually didn't think it was gonna look this cool. But it's, that like looks like it goes on there. I'm trying to figure out if I should trim it, or if I should have left more and we can't really go back now. Let me go get my pens. Okay. Valerie, what Fall Out Boy song did we end up singing? I do remember having a rant, like going on a rant about how I don't like Sugar We're Going Down is just like the epitome of everything that is cliche about emo, but I meaning that like it was just such the obvious to like, I don't know. I've got problems with Sugar, not major problems, but like it's one of my least favorite songs just because it's the one that is always on. Anyways, so what I'm trying to say though is when I was about to go to this karaoke night, I have to say that I was pretty confident. Oh no. All right. I have to say, like, getting ready for it and knowing that I was going to it, I was like, I'm gonna be one of those people. Tell me if you're like this. Tell me if you're like this, that if you've ever gone to karaoke, and my favorite part of the jacket is, I forgot pin. Yes, we'll find that one. Where is that one? But I don't know if you're like this as a karaokeer, because I know that a lot of people do feel this way, and it's a trap, and I know it logically, but I've always wanted to be that person who would show up to karaoke and just, like, surprise all my friends or the new people I would meet that, like, a somehow completely unrehearsed voice would be, for some reason, really great at the song. Like, oh my gosh, wow, where'd this girl come from? Like, she's like pretty cool. Like, and so, like, I was dressed in this jacket and the same hair that you see in the thumbnail. That was the night that I went, and I come just like looking like a bad AM effort. I thought so, at least. So I get there, and I hadn't bought a ticket because I knew it couldn't be sold out. I assumed, because it's just kind of like a local emo night. But what I didn't know is that they only took cash, and I do not carry cash. I've actually been pretty excited about how much I've whittled down what I carry on me to places. Like, I don't even carry a purse anymore. I'm just like, whatever happens, happens. And so I get there, and I asked the door guy, I'm like, can I just buy a ticket inside? And he goes, cash only. I'm like, who carries cash anymore? And so he tells me there's an ATM, I go, is there an ATM inside? And he's like, I don't know. And he's, in a couple minutes, he ends up like casually talking to somebody, and they're like, oh, there's an ATM inside. I'm like, hey guy, can I go? He goes, yeah. So I go to this ATM, and I carry a credit card on me. And if you don't know anything about credit cards, is they have no PIN numbers, but this ATM needed one. So I had already been standing outside for like 10 minutes, kind of like, oh, I was trying to actually buy a ticket online. I can just buy a ticket online, right, and get in. And I figure out, after like trying to figure out the site for like 10 minutes, that the tickets are closed. That's why the site is not responding to me. And so I'm like, damn. And so I finally get in, realize that the ATM isn't going to work either. And so I go to the doorman, and I go, guy, is there anything that I can do in order to get into this club? like, is there any? He goes, yeah, I mean, there's only cash, Venmo. I'm like, Venmo? You guys take Venmo? And he goes, well, you would have to ask somebody if you want to Venmo them money so they can give you cash. And I'm like, what a weird, like, social experiment that this is. I mean, maybe it's not that weird to you, but like, I never expected to go up to strangers and ask them, hey, if you give me paper bills, I will Venmo you. Like, it's just, I don't know, never thought of it, never thought I'd be doing it. Luckily, again, I looked cute as heck, and it wasn't long before I got a couple people to give me money. First great guy. He seemed to be somebody who was, what do you call him? A local, a usual suspects. What do those people call it? A normie? People that always attend these things. At least that's the way he talked. In fact, actually, I think he talked to me first. Was this the same guy that he goes, you, Rebecca? And I'm like, no. And he goes, oh, okay. And I go, but do you happen to have like cash? And so he gives me $10. I'm like after I said I'd Venmo him, and I'm like, wait, it said like 15 at the door though, and he goes, no, I think it's 10. And I'm like, okay, I'll trust you, normie, like you know how to get in. And he's actually a singer of a band. Haven't heard him, but he came dressed in white. I'm like, you're not dressed for emo night. But so I'm like, cool. So I'm at the back of the line for like the second time at this point. And I'm moving forward. I stand through the whole line. It's not terribly long. But I get to the front, and I get to the ticket booth, and I try to turn the cash in. They're like, it's 15. And I'm like, God damn it. And as soon as I hear that, I run into the venue, because the guy had just gone ahead of me, thinking I'd see him, and I don't. But the woman who was sitting at the ticket booth was like, running after me like, what are you doing? You know? And I'm like, I'll just go back. And so I go outside and I stand in the line for a third time, ask another guy for $5, Venmo him, have some nice casual chat with these great emo fans, and asking everybody what they're gonna sing. Nobody gives me anything in particular. And yeah, so finally I get my ass in the actual club. So in the club, this is the Moroccan Lounge, if anybody wants to ever attend, because I'm gonna be there in the future. This is the Moroccan Lounge, and I wonder if this has... So this is a ribbed, stretchy shirt. And what I've done in the past is I've just sewn a straight stitch on. Did I do this? I probably did this very off-center, and yeah, that's not straight. It's not. But that's okay. You know what? It's a punk shirt. It's a punk shirt, so. I think if I can try, I'm going to try to do what do you call, an elastic stitch. If I don't ruin it. Hope this will work. I've got it all ready for when we do this. But anyways, I'm not even really putting the pins in correctly. I thought I got rid of some of these that don't actually work. Anyways. So I finally asked him, like, how do you actually pick the songs? And so I think I asked the same, like, white shirt guy that. And he goes, oh, you go to karaoketimemachines.com. I did, and right away you see a list of all the. I was looking through them like, oh my god, I know every single song here, like every single song. That's so exciting. I was going through it multiple times, like, oh, which one would be it, and I ended up picking Paramore's That's What You Get. Completely unrehearsed singer. Not a good natural singer, and I pick a Paramore song to specifically impress everybody that was about to meet me. So anyways, this venue is very cool, and I was getting all kinds of compliments, like everybody that I ran into, like who saw my jacket. It's mainly my jacket, you know. And I go into this showroom, and man, it's everything that I expected it to be. Like, when I learned about this, I was like, well, there's got to be a whole bunch of amateurs, and there's got to be a lot of terrible people. Like, I mean, terribly singing people. And there was a mixed bag. There's, like, an entire range of again, that's not what karaoke's about. Karaoke is not supposed to be, like, let's get this straight. The definition of karaoke is not supposed to impress people. Like, that's not what you go for. But everybody secretly wants to, in my experience. Like, tell me if you don't believe in it. My favorite part. Oh, okay. Rock me. They allow Fall-Out Boy music at emo night, of course. Like, it was all pop punk. That's what we were going for. Like, it was. We had My Chemical Romance. We had Fall-Out Boy. We had Panic at the Disco. We had Paramore. A lot of like I feel like Offspring was on there, Blink, like it was really like a lot of pop punk. So that era. What else did I hear that night? Yeah, somebody said, oh, that was a highlight. One of my favorite performances, and I really should have told him when I passed him that he did such a good job. He was like this 6'5" black guy, and he sang his heart out to "I'm Not Okay." It was amazing. And honestly, I learned some lessons about this night. I did some things that I want to improve upon in the future, not only about singing, but just like the community there. Because let me tell you, when we were all together as a group, like for me in particular, whenever I go to a show, I am dancing my heart out. Like, I'm usually in the back and I'm like trying to find a spot, and I am always just jamming to my own beat. Well, to the beat of this, I try. That's another thing about me, though, is that I'm known for my terrible dancing. Like, it's a part of me that's really prevalent. And what I ended up doing this night was just... Anyways. But the thing is, it was so infectious in there. Like, every time somebody sang, whether they were good or bad, you were treating them like everybody was treating them like they were a rock star, because that is what this is all about. Like, again, this is what I said. This is what I expected it to be. And it was exactly that. All right, we're going to test this stitch. So I have put it on to like an elastic stitch. What does this mean? I think I did. I'm gonna like test it out and just see what happens. Maybe I should test it on another kind of material. Nah, I don't have anything else. Yeah, let's do it on, let's see what happens here. So this is stretchy. Let's see what happens when I sew this kind of stitch. I know that you guys can't see the sewing super well. But I'll show you afterwards. Okay, where's my pedal? I do this on the floor all the time, and we go this far. Okay. Oh wow. Oh, that's so cute. Oh, maybe I can overlay it. Ooh, okay. That would be neat. Okay. Oh, I'm so glad I'm getting this done. This has been in my closet forever. I think it's elastic. Oh, I shouldn't have gone backwards. Wait a minute. Let's go a little bit more. And then go back to tie it up. Okay. I think it has a little more give to it, but not that much. Maybe I can open it up a little bit more. Let's go to 1.5. Oh, I'll show you guys. So this is what okay, let me just. So this is what I think an elastic stitch is. I'm not looking at any manuals, but like it makes it slightly more elastic. If I had it on a regular stitch, I think it would be a little bit more, like I don't need it to be incredibly elastic, but I just turned the number up, which will give me like a larger stitch. So let me just try this out. Wow, that's much bigger. Interesting. How appropriate. Just a little bit bigger. I think that'll work. Oops. It's never the right screen. Okay. I think I'm gonna like try to do it around the actual perimeter. So I'm going to trim a little bit off the side, because of the bottom, because it's got much more of a lip than the rest of the logo, and that's weird. I don't feel like that makes any sense. So anyways, so this crowd is the coolest crowd in the whole world. Like, every single person's a rock star. Everybody's so supportive, of course, because if they're gonna sing, you know, like, you know, be supportive, because they're gonna be supportive of you. It's this big happy family, and it's beautiful. And I swear to God, like, one thing that I was kind of shy to do was to go up to somebody and say, hey, good job. Even if they weren't necessarily the greatest. Because I had people say that to me, and I know that I ended up not being so. And I'm like, that's so sweet, even though I know that this didn't work out like I planned. Like, I want to be that person too. So I I learned some lessons that night about honestly just being a decent human being. Whatever. So anyways, so okay, I'm in the dining room and I'm listening to that, so you get to make sure that I knew exactly how it went. Somehow that eluded, like I still, and so let me say about the band. I guess they're called karaoke time machines. Like that's, well, unless that's not what the band is called. Like the band that was there, amazing. Like what was so fun is that like you go to a concert and you might go to a concert where you know every single song. That's not always the case though, of like a band that you like. You have to find a band you really like to enjoy like the entire set. But I was going to a concert where there was live rock music playing of all of my favorite songs. Like it was just like every single song that came on, and it didn't really even matter if somebody was, not as well. There were a couple people where I was like listening to it and I'm like, I know what song this is, but I'm not sure I'm hearing it through this person's vocals. But whatever. Again, it doesn't matter. That doesn't matter when it comes to karaoke. So, by the way that people are asked to the stage, it is random. Like you have signed up on your phone, you get a text saying you're in the lineup, and then it's a random choice. So it shuffles the people, and so there's no line. It could be anyone. Like anyone can come at any time. And I even saw like some of the songs blanked out, meaning like if you picked a song, somebody else can't pick it, which I thought was pretty cool. I'm assuming that that's the case, or maybe like two people pick it or whatever. Like they're not going to play the same song twice that night, which is like pretty awesome. Like it feels a little special, Let's do a couple stitches and then I'll get to the real meat of why this ended up going so badly. Okay, all right. Wow, this is going better than I thought. I'm sure I'll find a way to mess it up by the end. This is such a good shot. Look at this nice crotch shot. You guys are getting your money's worth tonight. Oh, by the way, the charity. Our charity is the same as last week. It's GlobalGiving, and GlobalGiving is kind of a middleman that gives to the places that need it most. I was looking up charities that were still helping out. I'm not sure if I was looking up last week, because this comes from the last time we were live, if it came from some of the forest fires that are going on, or if it was because I wanted to continue to help Ukraine, but these guys are taking care of a lot of the shit out there. So if you want to send me any super chats for my pain, any super stickers, at least 50%, most likely 100%, will be going to GlobalGiving tonight. Can you hear? Oh no, we're going off the rails. See, that's when we don't go too fast. I'm straddling. I don't think you guys can see that closely. You guys want me? Let me get you down here because I'm gonna be doing this for a while. Okay, that's about as close as I feel like I can get you. It's not even in, is it in focus? Hello? I can't even, whatever. I think that's what I can do for you guys. So, anyways. So again, I am jamming out in the back of the room of Moroccan Lounge and having just the best time whatsoever. Honestly, I would go again and again every single week. Well, okay, we need to focus this. This is ridiculous. But how? How? That doesn't help. Is my hand in focus? No. I feel like if I put my face down here, it'll recognize it? No. Hello? 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 Can you see me? Oh well, imagine that it's in focus, guys. I don't know what to say. Anyways, so one pivotal song of the night that I will never forget was announced quite a few songs in. I got to listen to, I don't, honestly, only just like half a dozen songs. I don't remember too many people. Fun all around. We had some Gwen Stefani, I remember. I'm Just a Girl, super fun. Again, emo is a pretty broad term, I guess. I'm fairly certain. And obviously, you know, it was pretty much just pop punk, but I think emo night was really resonated with people more, and I don't think anybody was complaining. I didn't even hear any Fall Out Boy that night, to be honest. It was on the list. But the next song that was being called, the guitarists, and they were having such fun banter on stage. You could tell that these guys had been doing this for a long time. And the guitarist, he looks at the roster and he goes, "Oh, coming up next, we've got some Twyla." And he is he's, you know, playing it up, and he goes, "Yep, it's Paramore's Decode, come on up." Blah 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 blah. And so this girl comes on stage, Twyla, I'm assuming. And she comes on stage, and she is I don't know how I describe her, just a very plain looking girl. She had like brown hair. She was dressed in like very like not inconspicuous clothing, like kind of looked like her friend brought her there to have a good night out, to get her out of the house kind of thing. And she gets on stage. She looks shy. Like if I were to meet her in the street in a group of people, I would peg her. I mean, of course, her personality would probably tell me more, but like I would peg her to be the shy one. Especially because like when she got up there, she looked kind of nervous, and she was like looking around, and so we're gonna listen to Decode. This has this like, you know, the big chorus, and I remember the guitarist like asking her like, "You ready for this?" And she being like, I don't know, like, you know. And so I'm like, okay, whatever, like, you know, this will be fine. So, you know, the guitar starts up. Again, this is a full band. This is like a perfectly sounding like rock band on stage, just playing its heart out. And what's the first lyrics? Is it "The truth is hiding in your eyes"? That's probably, you don't even know what I was just saying. But it was literally pitch perfect, absolutely pitch perfect. And the rest of the song continued to be pitch perfect all the way through the chorus. Everybody was like, "Oh!" Like they were surprised. Like she was like faking them out. And I back there, I am equally jamming as much as I was to anyone else. Like, I mean, honestly, probably even more because it was being performed so well. It was like they'd rehearsed it, all of them together, the band, the Twyla, you know, had rehearsed it. And I was just like, I was jamming, I was dancing, I was doing my thing. And I just remember but at the same time, like, I'm thinking, like, damn, like, this girl's taking home the prize. If there were any prize, there was not. But it did cross my mind. I'm serious, this crossed my mind. I said to myself, wouldn't it be the shit if that randomizer put me after her? No. So she absolutely, like, I think there was actually a little bit of auto-tune on the microphone that didn't help everybody, but I think that there might have been, because I could hear it in some people's vocals, that it would kind of switch automatically to the right note. Again, didn't work for everybody because you have to be close to the correct note to actually activate that. But she was damn near perfect with every single note. And I, you know, we're jamming. The whole house is completely rocked by this girl Twyla, and I am just like stunned and just hoping that as the song is ending, there's no way that luck would have it that the randomizer would put me next. But what does the guitarist end up saying? "Whoa! Looks like we're doing Paramore again." here comes Jess Paul, and I'm like, goddamn. So I quickly made my way to the stage. I was in the back. I was completely in the back. That's where I always plant myself, just to make sure that I have all the dancing room that I could possibly need. I'm pushing past people. I'm pushing past people to my demise, like literally to my execution chair. And finally I get to the stage, and I am in kind of a haze. I mean, I was high for one thing, of course, on my edibles, but I also was just like, what am I going to do here? So I am looking for the microphone, and finally, like, the guitarist is like pointing to behind me, and I'm like looking everywhere until the drummer finally is like, here girl. And so I pick it up, and I forgot to mention, like, I went there all by myself. Honestly, like, it's something that I thought was the best idea. I go to shows all by myself all the time because, honestly, I don't know if you guys have ever done this or have ever felt this way. If I'm to go see a concert that I just, like, really like, unless I'm, like, with a friend I really, really love, like Valerie, we had the best time at another, what venue was that? But in general, if I have a friend who's just kind of like coming along for the ride, like doesn't care, doesn't whatever, it's like I don't want to have to like babysit somebody or put somebody into a situation where I know that they're just like not gonna have a good time. They don't like rock music, whatever. Because I've got lots of friends here, and I will invite anyone who wants to come with me. But I just go myself, and I have a blast. I just dance all by myself, and so. Where was I with that story? I get up on stage, and I get the microphone, and I say to the audience, I said, it's a cruel joke that I have to follow up Twyla. So I want you guys to take the bar and put it way down here. So I thought it was being cool and funny, like, likable. But that was the first mistake that I realized much late, like literally that night or this morning, or Sunday morning, I was like, that girl's name wasn't Twyla. He said, we got some Twilight. Decode was from the movie Twilight. So I was talking about a person. I misnamed the girl. I remembered that he said another name, but at that point I'm like, Twyla. Her name's Twyla. This person that's going on stage. An idiot. And so I didn't realize that at the time. And so I think I'm just like coming on stage like cool as a cucumber. And I'm going through it. So and the lyrics are on stage just like anything else. Like, I was curious about that. I had run into a friend. That's what I meant to say. I'd run into a friend at this place. Like, I went by myself, but I ran into somebody who I met at a shoot. And I said to him, I was excited, and I was like, dude, this kind of thing is like, I don't know if these musicians understand that they're making my dream come true. Like, to just very casually go on a stage and get to sing my heart out to some of my favorite songs with a live band. Like, I paid $15 to do this. It said $30 online, and I was really ready to pay. I would have paid probably like way more than that, because I thought that this is such a cool thing. And that's really how I felt about it. And so when it came to actually starting the song, one thing that I knew I was going to do, I barely had to prepare. Like, I knew I was going to do it. Like, as soon as the song started, it goes, dun 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 dun. Okay? And if I'm not mistaken, if I'm remembering correctly, whenever that song would do that at live performances, because this was always my favorite Paramore song. That's What You Get has always been my favorite Paramore song. And whenever I would see Haley performing it, she would just headbang back and forth to the drum effect, or to the guitar effect. And that's what I did. And in fact, it's the only really big reaction I got that night, because it was really perfect. Then it was time to come sing the song. It was time to start the song. And actually, the friend who was there, he got a 15-second clip of me, which I'm honestly glad that I didn't get any more of that, but even that was just, it was just like, what do I even do with this part? In the very beginning, so I don't know if you're aware of this, if you've ever heard the song. The song is a little bit of a dissonant beat. It's got a dissonant rhythm to it. I don't even know if I'm using that term. I know that dissident means it's you know, going against the grain, but I don't even know if that's used in music. But it's got a rhythm that's a little bit off compared to the lyrics and where the lyrics go. So the rhythm goes. I'm gonna sing it with this music on, but it goes, "No, sir. No, I don't want to be the blame, not anymore." It's okay. But the thing is, when I was up there, I very acutely was trying to go full steam ahead. So I missed that beat that goes after "No, sir." And I just start going right into the verse. So that meant like the entire beginning of the song was not in time. I was not, in fact, I remember thinking, like, wow, this lyric timing is messed up. It was not. I was the one that was messed up. So I realized it soon enough. In fact, I'm pretty sure that the crowd was trying to get me on track because, of course, they knew it. And I was like, it took me about one, like, stanza or like, sentence to figure it out. I finally did. And I went along and I sang the song. But the thing about this performance, as well as me being just generally off key whenever I would be, you know, trying to actually sing the song as it is written, I also was dancing the entire time. In fact, I had seen no one else do this, but it's what I wanted to do. And very quickly, I realized that it was the wrong move. Because by the second verse, I was completely out of breath to the degree where I am just shouting into the microphone, using all my breath, hoping that something comes out. It was like shooting notes in the dark. I was literally shooting out, just blank, like blindfolded, deaf, trying to, you know, to just... Oh God. I was literally just shooting in the dark. That would be the correct term for it. And so I breathe and I shout my way all the way through this song. And what was so cute too, it was so cute. I remember this. I was standing on stage, and there's a front row. The front row is absolutely like hanging over the front of the stage. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm talking to you guys, and not that it matters. The front row of of being on the stage, these people were just the best. They were just the best, because there was a girl where I almost to the degree thought she was pointing to the lyrics, but she can't see the lyrics because the TV screen is turned away from her. But I realized she's just kind of like, you know, kind of dancing, like she's like, yes, that's it. You know, she's really being encouraging, along with some other guys that were standing next to her. And it was just the most beautiful community. And you know, I like I had said to my friend, his name was Jeremy. I should have, like, I was so, by the end of the song, I was, like, so ready to go run and hide that I didn't get to really, like, I mean, nobody else did this. I don't know. I couldn't hear them if they did. But I wanted to thank, like, the musicians for just doing this. I wanted to, like, give them a big, you know, handshake and smile. But I ended up kind of just, you know, I went and I got some water. Did I do enough of a stitch? Back stitch. Okay. This is quite a punk shirt, I would say. What, is it now now it's in focus? Oh my freaking God. Anyways. So I got some water, and I ended up going outside to go catch a lift. Like, listen, the etiquette of the night would be to stand there at least for a little while longer and listen to everybody else. I 100% am going to do that in the future, but I was, one, dizzy from dancing so much and hurting my head from headbanging and dancing so much, like a child. And I was feeling kind of sick, especially because, you know, I was high. And which, you know, honestly probably didn't help. Not necessarily because I was, probably because I was, you know, mentally, not 100% there, but also because I was, if you're not aware, marijuana makes you very dry mouth, so I was lacking a lot of fluids. Anyways, so I go outside and I'm standing in the cool night air because I am sweating at this point. It was the only time of the night that I was absolutely sweating. Probably more from the embarrassment than the actual, wow! Oh my God, I love this! I've never done a stitch like this before. Let's see how, oh, that's not too, well, yes, it's crooked. It's crooked, but that's fine. Like, I knew that before I even started sewing it. Some of the lines are not filled in. Or, I mean, what does that mean? I mean, some of the, like, the logo's not caught, like, right here, but honestly, that's part of the punkness. Like, it's disappearing a little bit there, but, like, that's what a punk shirt is. I actually really love this! How much does it stretch? It's okay. Let's see. It's a little bit stretchy. I think it's a little, yeah, I think it's a little bit stretchier. It's giving me a little bit more give than usual. I'm pretty sure. Wow, this is my new favorite stitch. I would usually just do a straight stitch, but I love this. I'm gonna go put this on if you guys don't mind. Why not? We'll see how it fits. I'll be right back. What do you guys think? Oh my God! I love it! Oh my gosh, this is my new favorite tank. I think the colors go so well together, like weirdly well. And now I can rock my Hold Steady merch proudly. All right, let's take a break. Let's look at some comments here. Wow, sorry about the crunching of my sewing machine. Wow, sorry about the lights. They're everywhere. Got a little halo about me. Azure Cloud says, hi Azure Cloud, by the way. Hi, I think I said hi to Red. Yeah. Red says, I always hugely applaud everyone just for having the ZT. Was it a Third Eye Blind song? Oh my gosh, it was. There was no Third Eye Blind. If there was a Third Eye Blind song, I would have 100%. But they weren't on the list. And in fact, I tried to go back to the list the next day, but they only had the list. It was a really, really cool setup. It was so easy to navigate, where you went to the site, you immediately were navigated to either they have at this specific venue or by this specific company. There's emo night and there's also 90s night. I looked at the next day. I tried to look at the list, but it had disappeared because the event had disappeared. But I looked at 90s night and I felt that if I were to go to 90s night, I would be severely annoyed by a lot of the songs. I mean, I was a 90s baby, but like, I mean, the emo night was definitely my jam for sure. So where's the Rec Radio t-shirt? It's right back here. So I the next thing that I want to do tonight, I mean, that's the story. If you came here for the tea, that is my whole story. But the next thing I want to do is a pair of leggings, okay? So I bought these a long time ago specifically to do a video about doing like punk clothing, and I had an idea. So these are, what this is it Satina? Yeah, Satina. This is from Amazon. They're my favorite leggings. They're simple, but like this material so soft and so comfortable and stretchy. I wear, like, if I have to wear like a pant, I will wear one of my Satina leggings. The new versions have pockets, or like one of the versions. This does not, but I needed this color. The other, I also bought these maroon ones. That actually do have. Wait, do these even have pockets? Why do I have these? Oh, I cut slits in them. I never wore these. This, I mean, obviously this color is very hard to wear, but I thought that if I could make them a real staple piece, I could wear them to shows like I've worn all these other things. To be quite honest, like one of the things I have back here in my pile of goodies is this jacket, because we've worked on this jacket on the show before, right? And we've got paper cranes on fire. We made the logo. We've got this one back here. I think it's called Spunk Knuckle. Is that what it says? And then we've got the Wrecked Radio logo right here. But the thing is about this jacket is I want it to be like a fully tattooed human being. Like I want there to be black all over it. So actually, I'm gonna give you guys a choice. But this is the thing. Like if we work somewhere on this jacket, which I honestly really want to, because I wear that jacket a lot, like that I've just thrown in a pile, my pride and joy. I've worn it to a lot of places to the degree where I'm afraid that I'm going to tire it out. I like it to be kind of a special piece, but I wear it everywhere. So I'd like to have an arsenal of jackets. We also have this one, which is honestly pretty cool as it is. Like, I don't need to do too much more to it, but I thought that I would sew the Wrecked Radio logo. I would cut it out of this and then put it somewhere on here. It's quite a big logo. I don't even know where that would go, because if you do not forget, we have we've done these all on stream. Oh, I love it. I love this. Oh, it's still holding up, guys. It's still holding up. And this is what I call my concert jacket, because it's very kind of like lightweight. It's a canvas jacket. And so I don't feel hot. This one actually makes me feel really hot, to the degree where I'm thinking I should like cut the lining out of it or something. This one is so easy to put on and to wear around. It makes me feel like super cool. And obviously it's got the see in the camera. It's got that on the back. And then I have some pockets, these gigantic pockets that I can put like a freaking whole water bottle or my phone in. So this is a very utilitarian jacket. Yeah, work these jackets. So if you guys have to vote in the, please vote for me. Vote what you want to see. If you want me, I have a pretty interesting idea. What I'll say about these is pop art. I'll say about these pants. Or if you would like to work on this jacket, meaning we're going to paint some more tattoos, as I've been again calling them. But the one thing is, you have to give me some fake band names. Like, that's the whole point of this. We're going to be littering this with fake band names. So in the chat, tell me what you would rather see. I think that's the entirety of the emo embarrassment story. I honestly, like, embarrassment, I don't even know if embarrassment is the word, because, I mean, I did run after it was over. But at the same time, like, if somebody would ask me if I'm going back again, I would be like, yeah, I have to obviously redeem myself. So I'm going to actually, like, practice a song. I went without knowing what there was going to be. I knew that I wanted to sing. I thought that if I went and chickened out, I'd be very disappointed in myself if I didn't actually get up there and sing. And then after seeing the band, the other people that went up, I'm like, oh, I gotta sing. Oh, they had I remember listening to Red Jumpsuit Upper Rest. Someone sang Face Down. What else was there? Like I said, I'm Just a Girl by Gwen. Was that Gwen Stefani or was it No Doubt? They probably had No Doubt. I don't remember what I saw there on the. I think it's No Doubt, right? Next time I will have a song that I've actually sang once out loud in my life, as well as probably gonna dance slightly less, because that was dang fun. It was so fun, but I can, and I've always said, like, why don't they just stand there? Like when I think about some of the rock shows that I see, I'm like, they just stand there. They don't even move. I'm like, oh, I figured out why. It's very hard. It's very hard, and when you are on stage, man, the music is so loud that, like, I don't even know what wrong notes I hit because I couldn't hear myself. I knew that I was singing and I could hear myself in the 15-second recording that Jeremy sent to me. The notes were actually hit pretty well, except, that it was time and a half of what the actual music really was. So yeah. Oh. You have to be drunk to karaoke, Ezra Cloud. Yes. I definitely understand. I think next time, because what I've been experimenting with, I was gonna say with drugs. That's not what I mean. I only really ever do cannabis, which is free and legal. Not free. It's not free, but it's legal in California. And it's helped me a lot. I haven't made an edited video in months. It could be, I don't even know when the last time was I made one, because there literally is no more time in my schedule anymore. Wow, we got the whole story done, and we actually did one of my pieces so far, and it's just been an hour. We're gonna at least do another hour of some kind of crap. We're gonna do some more craft, more punk clothes. But we got jacket, cool. Okay, we're gonna do the jacket, guys. That's what I'm seeing. We want to work on the jacket. We want to work on the red jacket. Okay. What you have to do, guys, next, we're going to work on this red jacket. We're going to paint some black tattoos. But what you have to do is give me some good fake band names if you have a list. I used to have a list. I actually have one at home, so if we work on this again, I'm hoping that I can find that list of, we're talking like band names that I wrote when I was a teenager. That would be really fun to pull out and see and add to this jacket. But we need to do some fake band names, and we need to make sure that they're fake. I'll Google them and make sure, because at least for the time being, if somebody creates a band after watching this, whatever, can't stop them. But Azure Cloud says, I went from a Paramore fan to a Hailstorm, and Pretty Reckless fan. Pretty Reckless is on tour right now. My sister just saw them. I'm pulling leather off of this. That's one thing about these fake pleather jackets as well, is that they start shedding after a while. Uh-oh. Not good. Once it starts, oh no. It's like, oh no. It just starts releasing. I'm gonna definitely patch that up eventually. The rest seems okay. There's actually a lot of layers of paint on here, so that, like, I wouldn't even be only peeling off like the original pleather layer. I would be peeling off just like layers and layers of paint. But what I would do to fix this, if I guess I'll do it right now while you guys think of some band names. Love the Pretty Reckless. Yeah, they are, to be honest, I'll be really candid about that. So, I mean, Pretty Reckless has been a band that has been pretty important to me. It was why I dyed my hair blonde the first time that I did. Not the second time, but I wanted to be like her, I guess. She's literally like a few years younger than me, and I was like, oh, I look at you. And I really loved the first album. I still listen to it, Light Me Up. have to admit I've been very disappointed with the later stuff. I don't know what's going on, but like, I mean, what album was that I really didn't care for? The one that I'm thinking of the picture. I don't even know what it's called. It was sand colored. It was a drawing of somebody like kind of like looking down at their feet, like a really skinny figure. And if I'm not mistaken, that's the album that was just completely. It sounded like regurgitated rock riffs that just were so unoriginal, and I was really disappointed. And then lately, I really didn't care for the single that she released, and I love singles. Like, I am not that kid who's like, well, I mean, I just talked about how much I don't like Sugar because it's a single, but usually I'm pretty excited about singles. Like, I love My Songs No, you know, and the band name the first band name I ever made up that was just always stuck with me was Pangea Split. I freaking love that. Valerie, do you give me permission to put it on my jacket? And Pangea is the supercontinent. And it has a shape. What a great illustration that would be. Oh my god, that's the first one we're doing, if you allow me, Valerie. I mean, everybody, if you're gonna type them in, I'm gonna use them. What does Pangea look like? Anyways, the song where she was counting, I do not like when people count in songs. I'm not trying to deter anyone from liking the band. I'm just talking about my own kind of my path away from them, and I really wish that I wish in the future they do some different stuff. They kind of get back to the original roots, because I thought that Light Me Up was really original. Like, I thought she was starting her own sound, you know. I know it was kind of like medium rock, like it wasn't something so original that it was out of this world, but I thought it was great. And was the other album called Going to Hell, where she's on the cover with the cross on her? I like that album fine enough. That was a good album. I remember liking a lot of songs from it. Let's talk about, what is your favorite Pretty Reckless song? Please put it in the chat. Mine is probably Medicine. I've literally drawn illustrations from. Is that song called Medicine? Somebody mix my medicine. So this is Pangea. Wow, it's even. And there you can see the actual. Okay, we're gonna do this. Oh, yay! Yay! Oh, I'm excited to add to this jacket. Very excited. Okay, everybody can continue. Where did my coffee go? Oh, here it is. Everybody can continue to put band names in the chat, because I hope that we get a couple on here. Honestly, when I was going back and forth on what we were actually going to do tonight, or how tonight was going to go with the alterations, and I was like, if we can get like 3 more bands on this, I'd be really happy, because I'm kind of like that, you know, impatient tattoo collector. And I want this done now. I want this done yesterday. I want this thing tatted up. I want my sleeves, you know? And when it does peel off, I just started like peeling it, but what I'm going to do is cover it up with leather paint, and then if there's a part of it, and I've already done this with the other jacket, my poor other jacket. It doesn't look great, but in order to. Oh, I think I need to do it again, for sure. Oh, I definitely need to do it again. Okay. Oh, let me... So as you see, this is my American Eagle patch. There's so many things on here that are so random. If you can see this texture, it is all kinds of chewed up. Do you see this? I mean, I obviously think it looks kind of punk rock, but this is just the pleather just ripping away and shedding. And so on some of the shinier parts, that is glue. It's fabric glue, and I'm definitely going to take another. In the places that it's ripping, it's falling off, there's no glue. So I'm going to just take some brushes to it and just staple it right back on there so that it stays. I mean, like I said, this is the thing, when I first got this jacket and then started like embellishing it, had no idea it was going to turn into this eventually and be like one of my most prized possessions in the world. So, okay, let's get some black paint out. Good, black paint, because I literally never use my black paint for anything that has to do with fake food, because what's black? I've got this tiny little bottle of black. Now, there's so many places I can put something. I think I'm going to reserve the back for, I assumed I was going to do a really big back piece of some sort. I didn't decide what that, because I always do. I haven't decided what that's going to be. We'll just leave this plugged in for now, the little sewing machine. But I want to put a Pangea on a pretty prominent place. I'm thinking, let's see. Pangea split. See, when it comes to, like, putting it in certain places, like, sometimes it'll be covered up and sometimes it'll be showing with something like this. So, like, you know, which is unfortunate for some things. I think I'm going to put it on an arm because that will always be showing. And we're going to start the sleeves. Yeah, I definitely want something. Well, I kind of want to be do I want to be unsymmetrical for a while? Nah, let's put it on the other sleeve, yeah. So, do I want to just do an outline of Pangea? Do I want to do any kind of shading? Do I want to keep as American traditional tattoo? Actually, after I paint it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my same glue, my fabric glue that I just mentioned, and I'm going to just right off the bat, just in case this ever starts to crack. I should probably do the entire thing. And here's our Pangea. Oh, you can't see it at all. Here's our Pangea. Monkey punch! Monkey punch, that's great! Box of rocks. Oh, that's great too. We're gonna put those on the list. We're gonna do those tonight. Let me write them down. Whoa, what just fell on? Okay. Pangea splits. Oh my god, I could just imagine being this tattooer that spells one of them wrong. Monkey punch? Wait, somebody had... Technically, box of rocks was first. Am I missing any? I agree, but there is one or two tunes on the latest album. Oh, you know what? That's me being incredibly ignorant, because after that single, I didn't listen to the album, which is being a terrible fan. Like, I should never, like, why would I only listen to one song and then be completely turned off? That's my homework. I'm gonna go listen to the newest Pretty Reckless album, because again, like, I once put them in my like top 5 bands at one time, and Box of Rocks, and so I feel incredibly incredibly ignorant for not following up on that. And Monkey Punch. Azure Cloud, man, you missed Sherlock's in Erie. It was the best place for bands. I know those different places. My favorite venue in Pittsburgh was, I hope it's still going, Mr. Smalls. Honestly, I wouldn't know because, I mean, the pandemic really took it out of a lot of us. So I think for the design, my mind keeps going back to Pantera. I wonder what does Pantera mean? Like, I know who the band is, but like, where'd they get their name? And I'm hoping that I don't run into any similar logos. I'm gonna type in Pantera logo. Oh, I don't see any kind of... Okay, well, at least I know what their font looks like. Let's not copy that. What I'm thinking right now is, like, we're going to do the Pangea. We're going to do the outline. And all of the countries in between, inside of it. And then, oh, look at that color. And then we're going to put, like, I want to say, like, courier font on top of it to say, like, Pangea. I should probably also have a red close to me for when I screw something up. Okay, let's get this party on the road. Okay. Ooh, look at this fresh. This has never been used, and we're gonna use it today. Should I go on with a Sharpie first? Doesn't matter. Doesn't make a difference. I was thinking like, oh, I'll just do the general shape of Pangea. But then if I start like drawing the countries inside, I know that it will. If I don't pay attention to what it looks like, the countries will be like all over the place. I wanna do a good representation of this. Like the tattoo artist I am. I wish I had a stencil. Man, that's a real messed up continent. Okay, let's do it. Let's see here. Am I gonna just freehand this? Is that what I'm gonna do? Drawing a map freehand. How many people would know exactly what Pangea looks like if they saw it on my jacket and were able to correct me? There's lots of like landmass in between that doesn't belong to any oh, there it is, perfectly clear. It doesn't belong to any country, so I think that will be my saving grace. Because I don't know how else to actually, I mean, we did try a stencil before. That failed. I actually went back and watched a little bit of that because I didn't know, like, how much of it we did on that video, or, because I think we did, the paper cranes and the spunk knuckle, one video, but that I couldn't find. Maybe I privatized it for some reason or another. And that, is this black? It looks dark gray. This looks old. I want it to be very, very black. I have so much too. Okay. There's some black. Well, I guess I'll just keep it in there. Wow. Okay. Here we go. There's a what channel was I watching? Was it Jubilee? That has a fraud, master, or amateur. What should I do first? I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous to screw this up. No, we'll do this inner part first. I don't know if this paintbrush is thin enough. And also this paint is really thick, probably because it's old. I have some paint thinner though. I just bought it. This thins us out a little bit. Because I have not used black in a very long time. It's gonna turn it into ink, practically. Super fun. Do I have any thinner brushes? Maybe when this is... I wonder if that's even enough. I'm gonna like literally like kind of fill it to the top to make, because I mean I could just like put it in my little palette over here, but I kind of want the whole thing to be thinned anyway, so it's very old. The older it gets, it can smell paint. Acrylic paint can smell when it gets old, and it will also get thicker as some of the moisture obviously will escape over time. You didn't realize you were watching the stream minutes behind? Oh, is it? Oh. Always like Drake Tower. Drake Tower, huh? We'll add it to the list. We'll see if we can get to it. I'm not sure if we can do more than 3 tonight. We'll see. I would like we were supposed to actually check if these were fake. Let's type this in. Pangea split band. Not seeing it. That's great. It's great news. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. We got some ink going here. I'll put it right here so you guys can see if I'm... Oh no, you can't see it. Oh, damn it. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get this as flat as possible. Let's see here. What is going on? Oh, okay. I've been so close to putting down a piece of ink for like so long now. Okay. I think I've already screwed it up. I kind of did. I did. I definitely did. I definitely did. Wait a minute. Okay, Okay. Alright. Okay, Jessica. Let's concentrate. I'm gonna actually make it smaller than I need to because I want to make sure there's enough room for everything. It's like when you start spelling out a word and it just goes right over the edge. At least no one lives here. They wouldn't be mad at like, hey, you messed up my country. She doesn't even go here. Okay, we're gonna make the big kind of, I mean, this is just speculative of what this monster continent looks like anyways, right? Right? Just now. Oh, I'm sorry, you guys. Oh my god, you're not even in frame. There you go. Okay. Let's make that a little smaller. Little finger leg here, little mitten. When I run into that person who knows exactly what Pangea looks like, ugh. I want it to be a pretty darn crisp outline, so if I like double that line, we're gonna try to get rid of that. This is definitely my own iteration of Pangea. Okay. There should be more over here. I see, I see. Real tattoo artists can't do that. They can't just wipe it away with an alcohol wipe. Now that, okay, this point has to go right there. I'm gonna just point that out. Oh, it's come out of frame again. forgot that whole coast. I've thought about I love tattoo art so much. And I watch so much content about it that honestly I do this with everything though, that like if I see something that seems so creative, I'm like, I want to try that. I want to see how I'd have my hand at that. I mean, obviously if our story of the night wasn't enough of that example. But man, but the thing is with me is that I have to create something that does no harm. Like a doctor, I can do no harm, and gosh knows that I would misspell something on a tattoo. I would make mistakes. Like if tattoo art is about being as perfectionist as possible, that ain't me, bro. That ain't me, bro. Never was a perfectionist and never will be. It is not part of my DNA. That's resembling Pangea, I have to say. Like, kind of like taking it into consideration. It resembles. Doesn't the map of Game of Thrones kind of look like this? Ish. I don't even remember. I feel like I've seen it once. Oh no. Oh my gosh. South America is supposed to be right there and it's teensy. I really... Okay, we gotta rework this part here. How much can I erase? Oh no, I smudged it. Oh. I know you can't see it super clearly right now, or I don't think you can, but we're gonna get there. We're gonna like kind of fill this in once I actually get a shape in general correct. Not a cartographer over here. Oh, I'd lead so many ships astray. I don't know if I've actually made it better or if I just literally don't have the room anymore. Yep, I didn't give myself the room. Well. Okay, we've got a very small South America. We're gonna have to have a very small South America, but that is it. So do you think that we should fill in all of the countries? Yes, right? But then I hope that you can see the words over it. We'll try to just make them really thin lines. I think that would be the best way to go. If I was on Ink Master though, I would be shredded to pieces. Like, there's lots of American flags on this show, and some people do not follow the references very well. Let's start with some easy ones. We'll go down here and like start. Well, let's start from the top because that only makes sense. You're gonna start to see some of the countries take shape. The first one though is not a country at all. Okay. Yeah, there's a bunch of land in the middle here that's like nothing. Actually, yeah, I'm thinking I can get away with a lot of this because, like, the countries don't even look like themselves. Like, this guy is Eurasia, and even on the picture, it is unintelligible. So I'm not going to write the names of the countries in because I want to put the band name on top. Valerie, if you ever do get this, I would not commission me for the actual Pangea logo if you ever make this into a band. Because this is kind of a bastardization of the actual mega continent. But I think they're gonna get the picture. This is North America up here. It kind of looks like it. I can see North America in this shape here. This one right here, kind of, like that. That's Texas. That's Florida. Okay, here's our tiny South America that is larger, usually, than North America, but not today. Not today. And then Africa is like floating over here with a bunch of like random landmass that I assume just like sunk into the ocean. Getting away from me. Does that kind of look like Africa? Kind of. This is Antarctica. I couldn't tell you what Antarctica even looks like as a shape in real life, so like I feel like we always only see half of it. Oh, I just thought of something. Like, if it's Pangea split, you'd think, like, there'd be some momentum. Like, there might be some pieces missing or floating off. I mean, it's kind of a confusing shape to begin with. Looking at the jacket, I think. What can I do to kind of make it look like it's with what we already have, kind of like splitting apart. I'm thinking about like making some of the lines heavier, as if they're kind of floating on top of one another or something, like they have a shadow. Azure Cloud says you gotta go more ham on your voice acting, not having extra money when it would be nice kind of sucks. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I feel like that's going to be, you know, a challenge in itself. But I'm sure there's lots of different things that you can do. My only advice is Fiverr, but I don't know if I even advise that site sometimes. That's all I've ever experienced. And like the casting call websites, like I got Ellie Casting, as well as Actors Access. They have and Backstage has voice. Actually, Backstage, I don't know if you've been there, but they have an entire section dedicated to voice art, voice acting. It's completely separate from the other profiles. So, yeah. Rhett says, not unless the Man from Earth movie is real. Never saw that one. I haven't seen many movies though. He might be from that continent. I'm trying to say content. Yeah, I think that might be a kind of cool thing to do, is to like, because if somebody was looking at this, I'm not sure what they'd be able to see. And so there's a lot more little intricacies of like these random little, if you see near the top here in the middle of Eurasia and North America, there's a lot of little like splintery pieces of the continent that I'm assuming they're meaning like split off eventually. I'm not gonna do those because it's gonna make this much more complicated. But I think what I'll do is I'm going to kind of like put a shadow, like a bold line underneath some of the recognizable places. Maybe like a bold line underneath all of the lower lines to give everything a little bit more depth. I think that might really make it kind of stick out. I actually have drawn Africa before for a project in high school. I remember when Darfur was starving, in peril. I'm not sure. The leather's so shiny. That didn't really help, did it? I wasn't sure if I was going to be too literal about the Pangea splitting, but we do want to, I mean, maybe want to get that point across. You gotta sneeze, but can't? Okay. I wonder what this little guy, this little almost island, ended up being. Oh, that might be fun. In between all of, I was thinking of what to do in between, like, a lot of the recognizable land masses. And I'm thinking maybe to put, like, I think I'm going to put the title, like, over here, because I don't even know as of now if I can, I mean, I'm trying to make this recognizable. It's like, what are we looking at? We're looking at one big mass. And I was thinking about doing, like, kind of like line work in between the recognizable countries. Or just, like, maybe just outlining the whole thing in a big bold line. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Oh, and maybe, like, for the name, kind of, like, make it kind of surf the coast. The courier, kind of, like, surf the coast. this to be bolder. I want to make it pop. I think I'm going to go for the lines, the line work. So basically, I'm going to do some horizontal lines. This is Eurasia, this is South America, this is Africa, this is North America, this is South America, this is Antarctica, India. Oh, India, I didn't even leave a space for. And then that's... So the line work would kind of be like... Give it a nice little like cross hatching. Oh, and I can do it in different directions and it will create energy. We're gonna do that. Okay, we've got it, we've got it. Okay, I don't know if you guys can really see it, but I'm liking this idea. I guess India was its own little mini continent, mini floater. And I'd love to get a refresher on exactly how Pangea moved around to split off. Is that science? Like it's a theory, right? Is it like fact? Okay, it's good. I need some more. Like I definitely have learned about Pangea, but I'm not sure how certain it is. Okay, great. Okay, I really like this idea now. Just making sure the camera's still on. Okay, you guys getting a visual now? Like, you seeing some of the shapes come together? I know it's shiny. I can barely see it. It's gonna be even shinier once I put the glue on. Oh, this is so fun. This is like what I do when I doodle. I make Pangea, yes. No, I do these kinds of like crosshatch lines, but it's working so well with the kind of concept I feel in the design that we're going for. The kinetic energy. Trying to have my whole head and face not in the camera while I'm doing this. Okay. The Man from Earth is an indie cult classic. What year are we talking? What era is that film from? Camera's finding something. Oh, you can kind of get a clear picture of it like that. What do you guys think? Kind of really get the shape at this point. I think that's the best idea I could have executed. We're gonna do one more section, I think, up here. And then we're gonna do our typography. Let's actually do, so this is Antarctica, this is Australia? This is Australia. This is Australia, and I'm not that far off. I'm very confused about that. Really deformed itself on the way out. Dude, I'm like quite happy with this. Like I can see a shape, a definite shape. Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay, let's look up Courier New. Courier New font. Okie doke. It's the typewriter font. Classic typewriter. Or actually, let's do... What's the difference between Courier and Courier New? I don't know. Because I don't... Not that maps were in the 50s. Well, I mean, they were in the 50s, but like I'm getting that kind of like old book vibe, you know, with the map idea. right, guys. Let's put our... Oh, that looks pretty cool. Do you understand what you're seeing? I think it's almost dry. The top is kind of... Oh, this is much easier to see here. So you can kind of get an idea. Oh my! I don't know, you guys. I really quite like that. It'll go, where is it? Oh, I didn't really even think of, yes. The most of it's going to be on the front of the arm. Oh my god, that looks so freaking cool. Oh my god, I did not expect this to look this cool. I mean, I gotta say, if somebody's a Pangea cartographer, they're gonna be pretty disappointed in me, but I don't think they can deny how cool of an illustration we all just made together right now, at least in my opinion. Tell me, sound off in the chat. Okay. So what I'm thinking, Pangea split. I'm gonna go up the coast. I'm gonna like hug the coast with the letters. What do you think? And hopefully you can read them. I'm not gonna like hug it real close, like all these little pointy jaggedy things, cause just be a mess. But I'm gonna kind of maybe Pangea. Pangea. I think I want to start right there. There's not too many good options because either way it will always kind of like kick the word in different, it would split up the split. Okay. Actually, Courier is super easy. It's kind of an obvious font, but just make sure you've got a lot of, what are they called? Serifs. Which are the little like horizontal points that you see at the end, at the stops of your letters. And there are serif fonts, meaning ones that have that, and there are sans serif fonts. Or should I start over here? No, I want to start here, right here. Once again, I'm mad at my brush because I don't think it's fine enough. Where's that one I wanted to use? Let's do that. Let's try this one again. Our new brush that I didn't really give a chance because it was covered in thick black paint. I think I've made this too big. Oh, I'm so sorry, you guys. Oh my god. Okay. Are you in? I need to make it smaller. Oh no. I don't know if I made it any smaller. Going up the coast. Pangea, P-A-N-G-E-A, right? Yep. Oh, now how do I go forward? Where the heck are you guys? Where? Oh, there it is. Jeez. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Valerie, this says spelled like that. Pangea. Right? I think we're okay. Okay, split. Am I right? Is this? That's what I've been looking at. Pangea, Pangea. Looks like I got the right spelling, Valerie. Just making sure. Okay, split. I think I can figure that one out myself. Let's hope. Let's hope I've got something left in my brain. This is where we're not hugging all the curves because it will get a little dicey. Split. I'm gonna look at it and reevaluate it after it's done because I don't know if these letters are obvious enough. Okay, let's see here. Split looks really obvious. Pangea is really hugging that coast. Gonna let it dry for a little bit, then I'll hold it up to the monitor, to the webcam, which is makes it a little bit easier to see. Dry, dry. Oh, I'm so excited about this Hold Steady shirt. It's perfect. It's so imperfect, but it's perfect for me. I'm gonna wear this to bed tonight. Jim, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for all the emoticons. Okay. I'm trying to be very delicate with it because it's probably still drying. Okay, there's, oh, sorry, there's our Pangea, and there's kind of our hidden band name in there. Oh my god, I, like, super dig the design. Like, I really like that. It's like they're kind of all floating on top, the shade. The shade of it all. I don't know what I think about the font. It's very tiny. Like I said, I can see split pretty good, but that Pangea is really hugging it. The only thing that I feel I can do without much, like, work is take my red and kind of separate that coast a little bit. I kind of feel like I want to do that. Because I don't want it to get lost. It's the band name. It's like the main word in the band name. I wonder what color I used to make this color. I don't know if I use purple and red or black and red. Let's just do a little black and red to kind of create that separation. You hear that ASMR? I don't know if you can. Okay. I'm kind of erasing my coast a little bit just so that I can create some separation. Where are you guys? What? How do I lose this shape so easily? Oh, there it is. It's kind of dark. I think we're gonna have to let that dry a little bit and move on. Honestly, I probably touched up some of this stuff in the past to make sure that it's really perfect when I go out. So let's move on to our next box of rocks. Box of rocks. See, I've gone pretty literal with all of our designs, like when they have a visual band name. It was like Paper Cranes on Fire. We did a Paper Crane on Fire. Spunk Knuckle was, there was, we didn't go very literal. It was just a shape. It was kind of like a band logo. But Box of Rocks, like the first image, of course, that comes to mind is a box of rocks. Obviously. Another idea I guess I can think of is like 3 rocks. Kind of like this, kind of where it's like an outline you could see, and then inside you see the letters kind of forming to the shape of the rocks themselves, you know. It is box of rocks, not box of rock, right? like rock. Let's see. I think we got time for just this one more, this box of rocks. Probably. I'm starving. I already ate dinner, but I'm absolutely ravenous. I don't know what's going on. I did go on a mile jog today. Box of rocks, dumber than a... Because then I thought of like box... no. I was gonna say like make a box with the words, but they're too short to make, and there's only 3 words, so it wouldn't be a box. Yeah, I mean, anyone got any better ideas? Have a beautiful night. Bye, Jim. Thanks. Did you just say Spunk Knuckle? If not, though, yeah, we actually have Spunk Knuckle on the jacket already. I'll show you. This is our Spunk Knuckle. Oh. The Pangea is still drying. I don't want it to go too awry, but yeah, it's kind of like this diamond shape. So we didn't really go for literal illustration. Box of rocks. I want to put something on the front. We already did a sleeve here. Definitely, yeah, I want more on the front. But where? But where? Right here would be pretty good. That's some pretty good real estate, right? Just right here. Should we go super literal? Should we put like 3 rocks coming out of a box? And then if we have time, put like dumber than on the box. Or put dumber than on the rocks on top, and then the box, say box of, I mean, that would make more sense. Yeah, let's do it. Let's go for literal. Why not? We've got some very visual band names here. I don't know if I want to put a box right next to Rex Radio where it's like very boxy to begin with. Like I was gonna start painting like that, but it's gonna be very similar. If I just don't draw the box. Do the rocks thing again. Because I like the shape of the rocks. That's a good idea. And then maybe like the top flaps of the box. Oh, let's zoom in a little bit, guys. These are some pretty weird looking rocks. Should have made them a little bit more angular, I'm guessing, to make them look like rocks. Because I can't do too much to the inside because it's gonna be, I'm gonna say box of rocks. This rock should have been a lot smaller, because it's only going to say of. Can I? I probably can't. I think alcohol just takes off any of this paint. I don't even think it needed to be wet, to be quite honest. Okay, so we've got a pile of rocks. And I think I'm gonna like do like this and kind of like the open. And I'm gonna really freehand this one. Just kind of fit it to the shape. Oh, I forgot to check if this one was actual band name. I kind of doubt it, but you never know. This one's, it's just too original. Now I'm curious. I bet it is. I bet it's a band. I bet someone kicked, like, beat us to the punch. Box of Rocks band. It's a band. It's on Reverb Nation and everything. Oh my god, guys. Oh no. I need it to be fake though. But what about Box of Stones? I know that's not the same. Because it's like Box of Rocks. I get it. I'm gonna have to bastardize the band name. I'm so sorry. We must not have an actual band name. Box of... The dumber than a box of rocks. No. Boa and make it a snake. Try to save it. Try to like... It would be like a cover-up, right? A cover-up tattoo. I was thinking just make like a geometric metal band logo where the words were near illegible. Oh yeah, box boa. Ooh, I like that. I can draw a snake. A snake would be dope. Okay, let's do it. I mean, we gotta do something here. I have a very strict rule that there can't be any real band names on here. Wow, it comes right off. All right. That's interesting. Last minute band name change. Box Boa. and people will be like, what does that mean? And I'll be like, not quite sure. Box boa. And then we're gonna do a little snuck. A little snuck. I'm a snuck. Or is box boa an actual snake? Is that what you guys are telling me? Like it's a type of boa? Okay, I don't know where I've gone. Like I was gonna start doing like this the boa or oh damn it. Oh man. Alright, I think I'm gonna abandon ship on this. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm looking at. Alright, let's move on. Looks like a big pile of poop. Great. What is the next band name on our list? So I want to do at least one more. And we're going to put it right there. Next band name is... Where? No. Monkey Punch. You know, I was thinking of actually doing the emoticons like Valerie had put after somebody who had mentioned that name. Was it Luke? Yes. That'd be cute, huh? Or we'll go, actually, I do like the idea of doing those really ridiculous let's look up Monkey Punch, because I can imagine that would be a band name. It is a band. Monkey Punch is a band. Drake Tower. I don't know what that means. What it alludes to, but let's look it up. Studio album by Drake. Okay. I don't know about that one. You guys, let's get some original frickin' band names in here. Is box boa a type of snake? Is that what we were alluding to? If I can like... I can do some crazy like unintelligible fonts for sure, but what should it say? Zombie Hoax or Afternoon Ecstasy? Oh, Zombie Hoax. Oh, I like that. I think whatever I'm going to do next, we're going to do some of that unintelligible metal. Zombie Hoax band. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Looks like Zombie Hoax is not a band. Okay. Let me actually look up some metal. I've actually done this before. I have, on this jacket, I've done my own metal font. Let's see if you guys can read it. Sorry. It says House of Holes. That was one of my band names from my past, from my childhood or my teenhood that I thought of. It was like Houses of the Holy mixed with like, I don't know. I remember making graphics for that. That's not even like my favorite band name, but it was one that I apparently remember. Oh, I wanted to look up some metal fonts. Metal band font. Just to give me a little bit of inspo. Jesus. What does that say? Honestly, it's like I could get away with murder. Like, some of these... Like... Crucition? Crutch? That was the bottom one. It's like an eye test of the doctors. Can you read what these say? Burn the Witch. Oh, Grind Mafia. These are fonts. These are actual fonts, not bands. We're gonna just go on to our little heart's extent. I think, just like I was trying to do with the rocks, I'm gonna try to like kind of fill this space. So zombie will be a little smaller because it's gonna be right here, and then I'll make big hoax. I guess I'll just write it in and then I'll make it like unintelligible so that I know where these letters actually are. All right, we got it scratched in. Now let's bug it up. Still kind of read it. Don't worry, we'll get there. Okay, well, I definitely can read it. I don't know if that loses points. If I can just really feather this mother out, make it really spiny, I think we might be in business. I kind of like it. I'm starting to warm up to it. It's kind of ghosty, you know? It's like kind of blurred as opposed to like spindly and spiny. What are you guys thinking of it so far? I kind of dig it. Like, I don't think it's very traditional, like, unintelligible metal handwriting. It's more of this kind of, like, motion blurred kind of feel. But I kind of dig it. I kind of dig it. Oh my god. No. Okay. Have to let it dry again. Some real wet spots on there. And I'll hold it up to my computer. But honestly, that looks really rad. Like, there's a lot of black. And it's spooky. I don't know if I'm gonna put studs on this jacket. I mean, I was watching RuPaul's Drag Race. Like, one thing that this trampoline over here, it's out of frame right now, so you can't see it. But I'll switch back. There it is. My babe, my trampoline. I haven't, I've neglected it for a majority of the time I should be using it. But I went on it last night, and honestly, so I've been running to the post office, and I mean running, and it's a mile to the post office, so in this July in California heat, I've been doing a nice jog, which hurts. I feel like my chest is going to explode, but I know it's good for my health, and it speeds up the time that I need to take to go to the post office. And getting on the trampoline, one thing that I read is like jumping on the trampoline burns like a handful. We're talking like less than 5 more calories per like minute. So it's almost the same. It's negligible, but a couple more. But a couple more calories for just something that's like, I can literally stand on this. I could probably jump on this for a straight hour and like barely feel anything because it's so fun, and the impact is not killing your knees or your lungs or whatever. So I'm gonna start doing. Oh, perfect timing for zombie hoax. Let's reveal it, huh? Still a little wet, but. Honestly, it probably wouldn't hurt it if it got a little smudged. Where is it? Okay. This is what we're dealing with. This is our zombie hoax. We're missing some letters over here, aren't we? That's pretty darn cool, don't you think? I dig. I dig. And you can kind of read it. Like, it's pretty brash and dark, but you can kind of read it. It's pretty cool. I like it. I like it. Alright, guys. I think that'll do it for the night. We're now going on 9, and I'm actually not as hungry anymore. But I do have some things to do and get wrapped up for the night. Thank you guys for listening to my story. It has been a weekend. I had such a cool weekend, and like I said, it was a very dramatic, clickbaity thing. And honestly, to anyone else, to a lot of people, it would be one of the most embarrassing points of their life. Me, I'm like, when can I go back? When is the next one? We have to try this again. I'm very excited. Looking forward to it. And if you're in the LA area and you want to come sing emo adjacent to me, I will be there the next time as long as I know about it. So, all right, guys, have a great rest of your week. And yeah.